Lagarde met Nigeria's president Monday on a trip expected to focus on issues such as addressing youth unemployment in Africa, the world's fastest-growing continent, as well as potential fallout from the European debt crisis. Many African nations rely heavily on European investment and trade. Lagarde had talks with President Goodluck Jonathan after meeting Finance Minister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, a respected former World Bank Managing Director, and other Nigerian economic officials earlier in the day. The International Monetary Fund Managing Director said she was impressed with economic reform plans being pursued by the government in Nigeria, Africa's largest oil producer and the continent's most populous nation.
IMF is a partner, has been a partner of Nigeria for many years. We have also transformed our institutions, and we are here to listen, understand, support if it's needed. We provide technical assistance concerning the bank restructuring initiative, concerning some of those measures, but we are very, very impressed with the realization.
IMF is changed completely from what people know. The IMF allows us to do our own policies, and if we ask them to help with capacity building, they can help. If we don't ask them, then they just, they're just there to support us.
Before leaving for Africa, Lagarde said that good economic policies have led to higher growth, more investments, and to some extent, poverty reduction.
I'm really going there to listen and to appreciate what is expected of us by the African countries, by the African governments, by the African people as well. Because it's a region of the world which is facing both huge challenges and huge opportunities. And if we can help in any shape or form by providing technical assistance, by offering policy advice, using our best brains, and by making available the resources that we have, and to give credibility to the reform programs that some governments have announced and are implementing, then the better.
Lagarde said that although African economies have made significant progress over the last few years, the world economy still holds risks for all nations, and no country can consider itself immune.
African countries generally have a strong partnership with European countries. A lot of the trade, for instance, between African countries has been historically with European countries. If I look at Niger, for instance, that I will be visiting, the lead trade partner of Niger is France. And many African countries have tight relationships with Europe. But the situation is evolving, and there is clearly a tendency now to trade regionally more and to also trade with Asian countries. This is a recent development which is good for African countries because it allows them to hedge their position and not be excessively at risk of what is happening in Europe, for instance.
Although growth has averaged 5 to 6% in sub-Saharan Africa over the past decade, Lagarde said it's important to ensure that the benefits of growth are shared and that it leads to job creation.
Clearly, African governments have the responsibility to create the environment where both the private sector and the public sector feels confident investing in African countries in order to create the job opportunities for the young people.
Lagarde is expected in the economic capital Lagos on Tuesday for a forum on Africa's future before moving on to the neighboring nation of Niger, where she'll address the National Assembly and meet with President Mahamadou Issoufou. She is also expected to visit South Africa in the coming weeks.